Perfetto. Dinner came a little late today, so a little bit behind. But Weston should be here soon, and up it is. Yeah, Martial Awakening. This.
You know what discrete mathematics is?
I mean, from the context, I might know what it means, but it seems unlikely.
Let's find out. Welcome to the Reflections on Gaming Learning Hour. It's the time where we learn things. I know we're live.
Oh, so cute! Yep, that's where I have it living now. Works out pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot. A little less intrusive.
Yeah, and it just means I can stick it there.
You just stay. Oh.
I love our new deck.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're also in a.
Martial Awakening.
Yeah, pretty solid. Let's see here. Discrete mathematics.
Like I said, let's find out, like I said, what it might be. I have no idea. It sounds like something that might have to do with programming.
It
also
is.
might just be something past calculus.
Discrete mathematics is the study of mathematical structures that are countable or otherwise distinct and separable, such as combinations, graphs, and logical statements.
Why is it that you were interested in learning this was?
Discrete math tutors are in high demand.
Oh, I know.
But it seems to just be kind of like...
That sounds like it's mostly just real math. Not real like every other kind of math is fake, but real as in real numbers or magnitude.
Yeah. It just seems like it's kind of not that hard. But there
Depends
must
on
be...
who you are. A lot of people struggle with math, basically. That's... Kay was actually recommended to be a tutor because she did not pick up on it quickly. So other people that don't pick up on it quickly, she would be able to teach them more effectively.
Hmm. It doesn't include calculus or Euclidean geometry, not non-Euclidean geometry, I guess. Interesting.
Well, that just means no geometry.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like... It was kind of funny that they specified. It's okay. Huh. There is no exact definition of the term discrete mathematics. It is described less by what it is, by what is included, than by what is excluded, continuously varying quantities and related notions. Okay.
Sounds about right. It's usually how it works. I imagine that it's easier to describe it by what it doesn't encompass rather than what it does.
Ah.
Simply because what it doesn't encompass is far more than what it does, and what it does encompass is, you know, you've got algebra, you've got basic geometry.
Yeah, okay, so it says, it looks like you were right. Concepts and notations from discrete mathematics are useful in studying and describing objects and problems in branches of computer science, such as computer algorithms, programming languages, cryptography, automated theorem proving, and software development. So yes, it is working in languages that are interpretable by computers.
Come get me, come on. There, I gotcha. Now you're stopped.
Get wrecked, stupid mummy.
Stop it! I want to kit attack this guy. Dun, dun.
You promised me you would keep me away from the mummies. Oh,
Oh no, that's not one.
man. I am
Thirsty. Boy.
Thirsty man, thanks.
No one says thirsty boy. No one says thirsty man or thirsty woman. It's always thirsty boy, thirsty girl.
True. Man, we're doing lots of damage.
As much as I'd like to. Get wrecked.
Have we gotten any Keyblade cards here?
No, we just started.
Boyo! Hey, Kingdom! I am glad that you am here.
Hello, it is me. I am ready for the stream.
It was really annoying. So for this new tutoring gig that I'm doing, I have to take tests and pass through subjects.
Nice.
Beat Gaping Dragon. Oh, solid.
What'd you think of it? Because I love the Gaping Dragon.
Gaping Dragon is great. Not
Like,
very hard, but really awesome design.
It's not really all that difficult, but it's just such a fun design. Like, I really wish that they'd bring something like that back. Because it's just like, how often do you see this thing that comes up and you're just like, oh, that's nice. And then you're like, oh my gosh, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Plus, I bet with newer technology, they'd be able to make it a lot more interesting to actually fight.
I can't imagine they won't do a Dark Souls remake at some point.
Well, they already did remaster. Gosh dang it.
Yay, heal. Sorry, not heal. Heal the cards. Restock.
I said this stream we're playing Kingdom Hearts the trading card game.
Ah, true.
Because we're buying card packs. Whoops.
I am so close the first time and died. Then I beat him my second time. He has a couple of moves that will, like, straight wreck you.
If you don't know how to avoid things, then yeah, he'll crush you.
Yeah.
But once you know what you're doing, it's pretty straightforward.
All the bosses, well, most of the bosses in Dark Souls that attack slowly, I think are the easiest ones. It's the ones that will attack really fast that are super annoying, like Ornstein
really...
Smo, are just constantly attacking you.
In our playthrough, there's only like 3 bosses that we even died to. The hardest bosses we encountered was Artorias, Gwyn, Annis? Annis took us a little while to beat.
Manus.
Yeah, that
was
sliver of health is honestly the most dangerous thing in Dark Souls because you're like, I'm so close, I can just YOLO it. And that's when you die.
Manus was the last boss in the DLC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy sucked. His magic attacks were,
I mean, we only had to fight him like 4 times.
Yeah, no, it wasn't
So
too bad.
that's really not a big deal. When you consider how many times a lot of people who play the game have to fight those bosses, the amount of times that we fought them is pitifully. Ah, we didn't level up.
Aw, sad.
Disappointing.
Disappointed?
Here, and let me get a little Moogle point. Na, 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 na.
So, Kim, how's your weekend? How was your weekend? Good. Weston died to the demon on the bridge. Oh, yeah. I died to him a couple times, I think. I think we fought him 4 times.
The Taurus demon?
The Taurus demon. Or actually, maybe we fought him like 6 times.
It wasn't that many times. Ow, you little jerk. Very nice.
I mean, I died to every boss we
Why am
fought.
I there?
I'm redeeming myself in Neo. I'm much better at Neo than I was at Dark Souls. But it plays into my strengths a lot more.
Which attack rather than...
Yeah, the ability to attack, the different stances and stuff, it's all good. It was okay, nothing really happened. Sam. I didn't do anything over the last 4 days other than have a very fruitless phone call and sign up to be a tutor. Just while I'm looking around for a job. Because I need money! Money's hard to get.
To do that.
But tutoring is actually like, if you can be a tutor and you don't hate your life doing tutoring, tutoring can be like crazy lucrative. My mom was a tutor over while she lived in Saudi Arabia.
Thank you.
She made $80 an hour. $80 an hour.
That's almost twice how much I make.
There's no way you make over $40 an hour.
Oh, no, that is more than twice. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking it's almost 3 times what I make.
Yeah. $80 an hour if you work that full time, no bonuses, 40 hours a week. That's $166,000 a year just tutoring. That's crazy.
Yeah, but managing to get in 40 hours of tutoring every week, that's really hard.
I don't know, man. Like, Mom didn't do it, but she had scheduled times that she went every week. It wasn't like an on-call tutor type thing. And a lot of people do that, where you just meet with them every day after school and help them through their homework. Like, you only need 2 clients, 4 hours each. Or, you know. But even not that. I mean, working 20 hours a week, which is just a part-time schedule, and I think was pretty doable. That's $80,000 a year, which is way enough to live on. Okay, time for you guys to go fight Vexen. I'm tired of being the only one dying on those fights. Oh, are we pretty close?
I mean, we're closer than we were last week.
I thought we fought,
This is the last world of this set, so we'll be fighting Larxene.
Larxene. There it is.
We'll be going through the next set of worlds. Thank you.
Would you just die? Thanks. Great.
Oh, my foot is so asleep. I hate it.
Embrace the numbness.
I wish it was numb. It's the painful tingling sensation that bothers me.
Oh, yeah.
Get riggedy wrecked.
And you have like 3 or so worlds to beat. Oh, really? That's it? Okay. I kind of assumed there was going to be...
I knew that was going to happen, but I just wanted to do it anyway. Because it's for kicks.
Stagnant
It's for
space.
fun. Get dunked on. Yeah. Yeah.
And you have to fight the replica Riku after each world. Ah. Burb. Hey, you better burb. I'll be upset with you if you're not right back. I don't know. Right back seems arbitrary. Some people say they're going to be right back and then they never come back. Like my dad. Just kidding.
Jack, he's our man. If he can't do it,
bummer.
I guess I'll have to. Want to do something right? You gotta do it.
Ah, dead. Losers. Ooh. He snuck up on you.
That guy came out of nowhere. He was just like coming after me.
He was just right there, man.
Like Zoink Scoob! It was right there!
Like, Zoink Scoob!
I tell you, I'm a big fan of Shaggy.
I was walking down the hall and then BAM! Apparently our brother-in-law went as Shaggy for Halloween one year. Dude has an other one. Has a massive beard and he shaved it to make a goatee to be Shaggy.
You jerk!
And everyone was shocked. Our sister was shocked because he never ever shaves his face. It had been years since he had shaved his face, and he did just for that costume.
To be fair, she did look at me with disgust when I shaved my beard. She was just like,
why?
why would you do that?
I finally taken the plunge. I'm going to Walmart tomorrow morning to buy Rogaine.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
There are
for?
almost no products that can actually help you grow your hair back. There's mostly just products that help you keep the hair you have.
Kinda. Like, yes,
There
earlier
are things that can stimulate your follicle growth,
which is
but
Rogaine.
it's not something that's going to grow your hair back.
I'm not expecting to have it go back to how it was. That ship has sailed. And yes, you are correct. The earlier you do it, the better it is because it will keep follicles from deactivating. But it does thicken your hair if you use it over an extended period of time.
But why do you want that? You already shaved your head.
Because I want to grow it back. Because I shaved my head for a year, and I like how I look with hair more. So I'm going to grow it back. Use Rogaine for a few months. It's really cheap. You know, it's not a proprietary drug anymore. So you can get a 3-month generic brand for $18, which is nothing. Yeah.
Very I'm just gonna say you have dog hair.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, like, because you pay for it with your gains from Dogecoin. I'm not saying you are, but you can. So it's Doge hair.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm selling Doge. I'm holding that until it's at least $1,000, then I'll be a millionaire.
Hey, it could happen.
It could have. If Doge gets to the same level as Bitcoin, even with the very little that I've invested, I would be a 27 millionaire. Which is
I am not holding out
crazy.
hope that I can become a millionaire at this point, but because of how easy it is for me to invest in it, I decided to put a couple of bucks in.
Yeah, my investment is $18. That is the amount of money that I have put into investing, and I've just played around with it. I've never put more in.
It's you that it keeps breaking my cards. You get death.
And I've I've just messed around in a lot of, like, GameStop got me up to $300 at one point, and then it crashed before I was able to sell, and I lost most of it.
Well,
that's
the great
okay,
thing,
'cause it doesn't
the great
matter.
thing about Bitcoin and stocks is that you can't lose money. Like, you can only lose what you put in.
Yes. Well, that's not true. The way we do it, yes, but you can do margin calls where you bet more than you actually have in the stock market, which is exactly what causes things like GameStop to shoot up, because the people in it are in crazy amounts of debt, and so you get to set the price for them because they need to buy all the stocks. But yes, the way that we're investing and the way that, non-professional, like anyone who's...
We are not day traders.
Yes.
We're also not big investing buffs. It's just like...
I'm not going to make trades on the
that,
margin. No way.
Yeah, there's a couple of things that I can invest in that is relatively easy and cheap. That could get me massive gains or lose me $10.
Yeah.
And it's like, when you're at that stage, it probably makes sense to throw in and stop. God, freaking! I hate these stupid plants.
We have not fought Oogie Boogie yet. No.
We just started this world last week, so
yeah.
We do not play this off of stream. Everything we do, literally everything we have done in this game is on stream and recorded. So, through our VODs and through watching live, you'll see literally everything we do. I prefer it when all the enemies are here to begin with. Yeah, no, I bought Doge, I bought 25 shares when it was at 40, and then I bought another 30 today because it's been dipping so much that I'm like, now is a good time to get, you know, some additional things in there.
As in, you own like 70 Doge? Yeah. Well, I own, let me see.
So
Make sure
even
I'm
if it
not making
goes up
numbers.
to $1, you know, I'm gonna make somewhere close to $100, which is nice. Off of
Yes,
like $10.
I have 495. So I'm hoping that it will, like, at this point, there is literally no incentive for me to sell. Frankly, I don't understand.
Thank you.
Like, I understand the mechanics of why it's going down, but I don't understand why it's going down. Because I don't see an incentive to sell.
Well, so there's one person who has millions of it who has been selling it slowly. At least supposedly has been selling a couple million a day to bring the price down. But the thing is that with how hot it is and how many people expect it to blow up, that's all that can really happen to it at this point, because that's just how cryptocurrency kind of works. It's not worth anything per se. You know, everyone talks about how it's more stable than anything else because it uses blockchain and all these things, and I'm like, yeah, but it's intrinsically worthless. You know.
Yes, it is just data. It is just data, held in a very specific way that gives it security, but no worth.
It's unique data.
Yes.
It's something that you can guarantee no one else has.
Yeah.
But that does not, in of itself, make it valuable.
Cryptocurrency is super interesting, just in that
I can ensure that every dump I take, no one else has that exact dump, but that doesn't make it valuable.
All right, sure.
I'm just saying
but that's why at the point now where certain vendors now accept Dogecoin, it does have value because it's worth trade, which is nice. And the more people that accept Dogecoin, the more value it will have because the more things you can trade it for. Just like, you know, everything else. The more liquid something is, the more value it has.
So the ocean is extremely valuable.
Ha 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 ha, liquid. I get it. Very funny joke.
That's also why the Metal Gear Solid franchise is so valuable.
Game said, I don't even know how to discuss what you guys are talking about. Okay. Breakdown real fast. I mean, it's not like I'm a blockchain expert, don't get me wrong. But essentially, cryptocurrencies are very, very secure because you can't fake them. They are impossible to fake. Because and there's no reason to fake them because there is a way to get them for free.
What kind of? It costs energy.
It costs
and the investment of getting the
yes,
stuff.
it costs a significant amount of upstart. But it is essentially you solve very, very, very complex mathematical equations and
Not
millions.
Your
no.
machine.
You millions of computers are doing this at any one time, and the computer who solves it first gets a Bitcoin or a piece of a Bitcoin, and every part of the equation that you solve, you get a little tiny bit of a Bitcoin.
Well, so the way that it works is you solve an equation, and that equation involves this technology called blockchain. Gosh, dang it! I turned around! Why? It involves this technology called blockchain, and what blockchain is, it is part of the part of the signature of the product tells you everything about it. It is a history, a unique history that cannot be faked, of who has obtained the solution to this problem. And so the solution to the problem and blockchain together create a coin, create what is called a coin.
Which is just a specific number, hex, piece of data thing.
Yeah, and so
That's
Bitcoin...
ridiculously long. To
Yeah,
make sure it's
Bitcoin
unique.
was originally the thing that did this, and people started placing value with it because it was a unique commodity. It was something that they're like, no, I want that card. I don't know what it is, but I want it. Yeah. Thank you.
It was a one Blizzard. Solid investment.
Hey, it's a card that I can sell when I go to the Moogle shop.
Indeed. And a lot
anyway,
of
so people have ascribed value to it, and now you can get portions of a Bitcoin by having portions of these solutions and whatnot.
you can get portions of. I think you can get a portion of a portion of a portion of a portion of a Bitcoin, and every slice has its own name now. But it doesn't really matter. The important thing is just that it's super secure, so it's it's impossible to fake, which is something that even, paper currency, dollars, you can't claim that about it. And so for a lot of people, its stability and its guaranteed uniqueness and kind of security is something that people really value about it. And it's impossible to fake. Additionally, you can't bypass this process at all, because there is a single master key, usually like thousands of digits long, that would be impossible to guess, that nobody knows. That is lost forever. Nobody knows it. No computer has it. And so, not even the
I
people...
hit the X button and you didn't even swing. You didn't even try, Sora.
Yeah. So it's just really interesting. And so Dogecoin is the up-and-coming meme coin, but as more people accept it, as more businesses accept it, like Newegg start accepting it.
Essentially, Dogecoin is the new GME stock, right? Because intrinsically, the way that cryptocurrency has its value is what people place for its value. It does not, in of itself, have any kind of stability, and that's why a lot of people don't like cryptocurrency, because it doesn't technically have any reason to be the price it is. It just is because people let it be worth that. It's whatever the market will bear, or what people will buy it for.
Which, to be clear, that does not make it less viable than, like, the US dollar, because the US dollar is literally the exact same.
It's not less viable, it's just because it's so easy to understand. That's what you get. There we go. Because it does not have any real-world equivalent as of yet. The dollar is supposedly backed by gold.
No. Not for decades.
Well, what's it backed by now?
Nothing. It's not backed by anything. That's what I'm saying. Dogecoin and the US dollar are effectively the same thing.
No.
Yeah. No, the United States abandoned the gold standard in like the 50s, 40s, 50s. Yes. Which is why it can't really be compared to a stock, because you can't use a stock to buy goods. But the more places that start to accept Dogecoin, where you can buy goods with Dogecoin, you're no longer selling Dogecoin for a US dollar. You're only transferring Dogecoin for a good, and it will not lose any value because of that transfer. So it becomes more and more stable the more and more viable it becomes as a currency. Which is why the whole trying to push for Amazon to accept Dogecoin would be a huge boon. Because as soon as Amazon accepts Dogecoin, people will be like, well, heck, if Amazon accepts Dogecoin, I should buy some Dogecoin while it's pennies on the dollar, and as soon as it becomes more valuable, I've gotten free money to buy that I don't just get dollars for, and it's could be,
You got free money to use
go
to
up
buy
and
my
down.
Japanese anime.
Yeah, it's free money for Amazon, and it's now stable because everybody's using it to buy Amazon crap instead of transferring it for dollars. So,
which you can transfer it for dollars, and it's still not a big deal. It's just not as good.
Yeah.
You're not all constantly getting dipped because you're transferring it for the dollar.
Well, the thing is that most, Crypto.com is one of those ones. The vast majority of brokerages, and any brokerage that allows you to buy millions and millions of dollars worth of Dogecoin or Bitcoin, they're going to take a little off the top every time you transfer it into dollars.
Of course.
So you put it into Bitcoin, or you put it into Dogecoin, and if Dogecoin is worth more than $1, there's no, and Amazon accepts it, you're not going to transfer it into dollars to buy your goods. You're just going to buy it with Dogecoin, because you're going to lose money otherwise.
Right.
Which is why things like Robinhood, that has no fees, I'm going to abandon it when I can, because it's completely unviable, and I don't really understand. I'd have to look into it more. I don't really understand the business model of how an app like that is making money.
Well, that's part of the reason why a lot of people were hesitant to get into it, because they're like, there's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no one who provides a service for free.
Mm-hmm.
They get something out of it. Now, there's a lot of good Samaritans out there that do stuff specifically because what they get out of it is they feel good, they enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. But as a business, no one creates a business just because they want to be nice, especially when you're having millions of people interacting with it. It's very expensive to keep something like that running.
I'll have to look into it and see if the risk is worth it. I think probably what they do is Robinhood still allows margin trading, so it still allows people to go into debt and make trades based on more money than they actually have deposited. And I'm willing to bet that Robinhood is the one who foots the bill for their for their debt, and anybody who defaults on it has to pay back Robinhood, and not a bank or another brokerage.
That's almost
being
definitely what they
facilitated
do,
through
which is
Robinhood.
why they have manipulated the market in the past and been like,
Yeah, because they probably had a lot of money riding on GME, so they're like, good chunk, no more trading.
yeah.
Oh,
Which not a great thing.
no.
Yeah, free pack.
Oh yeah, give me that.
2
Give me
sixes.
that,
That's pretty
pumpkin
good.
head.
And we have not seen anything higher than a C attack so far.
Yeah.
No, C plus. Plus for it.
I know, I'm surprised that Pumpkinhead is lower. Oh, but it has better recovery.
Oh, it's got an 8. I remember getting that.
Oh, excuse me. Oogie boogie. Yeah, I think probably we're headed there soon.
Most
It's the
assuredly.
Oogie Boogie Man. Oh,
0 is no good for that. Ooh, a 9.
nice.
I don't want no shadow. Get out of here. Get out of my face.
So, Kingdom, are you a sophomore or a junior? I assume you're almost done with the school year. Moving on. Moving on up.
Ah, crap cards. Dang it, you Moogles. You better not be ripping me off.
Oh,
You
man, so
super
ripped
ripped
off.
me off. 2s and 3s. What do you want me to do with these? Eat them?
Almost a junior. Cool. I remember junior year of high school. It was the only grade other than 3rd that I went to actual school for. And I can't say traditional school because it was overseas at an international school doing international baccalaureate, which sucks. And I dropped out because it was lame. So
Lame because it was too hard, or because it was too easy, or because it just was...
mostly the 3rd one. They have a really, really heavy emphasis on STEM, which is great for
people who
most
are
of
gonna
the
go into STEM.
yeah, most of the demographic.
At least it's a 0.
You know,
Zeros
every-
are useful.
Every Pakistani I went there with was ecstatic because they're like, "Oh, good, this will get me into medical school. It's preparing me really well to be a doctor or an engineer." But I didn't want to be a doctor or an engineer, so I was like, "Why am I spending 6 hours on the weekends doing biology homework when I don't care about it?" So yes, I dropped out and just did college courses instead. It worked out for me. If I were to go back, I probably wouldn't do that again because I enjoyed going to school. I enjoyed the social aspect of it and didn't get it that much afterwards. And I was way overly concerned with graduating college as quickly as possible, which, like, looking back, it's okay to take some time in college to finish things up. It's not, you don't have to rush through everything. A lot of life. College is part of life. If you hate it, get it over with. That's fine. But if you don't, you know,
Oh,
Take
that's
some time, enjoy it.
Okay, let's...
6 weeks left. So gearing up for finals in a couple weeks then, I assume. I don't know how long finals run for at your school. I feel like most of the time it's 2-3 weeks. And then you just have like a week of wrap up or whatever. Feeling good about finals? Tests are great, aren't they? Tests are just so fun.
Oh,
Oh, recovery effects after card breaks. That's
Huh.
interesting.
this guy.
Haha, goodbye, 5. Solitary 5.
45, 42. Versus 54.
You get rid of that 5 and put it in.
5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you still have enough by 1. Woo!
Perfect.
Hooray!
Now I can more or less guarantee that we can always recover at least.
I just can't wait for summer. I'm gonna look for a possible job, and hopefully we'll have a miniature dachshund puppy by then. Fun. Any ideas where you want to work? I would suggest, if at all possible, to try to not get a fast food job, because they suck, like a lot. Try to get like
There's a treasure door there, so if we can get a treasure card,
unless you have
we
an
know what-
unless you have an inn somewhere, you're never gonna get a great glamorous job at 16. But if you get like a Walmart stocking job, it pays really well and is more chill than fast food kind of stuff. But maybe you really like high pressure, super fast work environments. I don't know. Whatever. Do what you want. I never liked it very much.
Even if you like that kind of environment, it's usually good to avoid it just because it's not great for a resume.
That's true. You're not getting any like.
That was amazing. I've got a little
tilted?
bit of OCD, okay?
Gotta go grab my dinner real quick. Well, do it then. Jeez. Gosh.
Fine, fine. We
Don't
need
waste
you here.
time typing about it. Just go.
Where's all our other regulars?
Dead.
So lonely.
So lonely.
Excuse me. No, no. That's what she gets. Death. Death from the spinning tornado. What are those blue gems we get? We get red and we get blue.
Blue is experience.
It's red.
Google points? Oh no. Oh. I understand what you mean. I think they're just different. I think
Quantities?
yeah, 1 and 10.
Would you? Thank you.
Ha!
Please.
Get stopped, you loser. Surprise! Level 2.
Yeah, that's right. You can't break my 8s.
I'm annoyed because I took a college essay tutoring assessment to see if I'm good enough, and I failed it by 1 point.
Oh, lame.
Yeah. Because I went into it expecting like general essay writing, but it was English. It was specifically English and like rhetorical analysis and different types of analysis. And I'm like, okay, I know most of this stuff, and a lot of it is just kind of common sense. I'm gonna take it again.
It's been so long since I
know.
did anything in English. I can still write very competently, but if we need to discuss the semantics of writing and the in and out of stuff, that's gonna be tough.
And that's exactly what I'm like. You know, writing an essay, I can do. I mean, my job is just writing all the time. But
Bottomless darkness, nice. Got a place where we can just keep leveling up.
like, just, you know, all the different rhetorical analysis of, like, is this a simile, a metaphor, is this apostrophe? I don't, you know, I'm not nearly as
What do you mean
up
it's
to
an
snuff on
apostrophe? It's a sentence.
Hey, can you guys beat the second fight with Vexen for me?
No.
Sorry.
Even if I was physically capable of doing it, like by being close to
Still
you,
wouldn't.
I still wouldn't.
You have to overcome trials on your own.
I am a big proponent of not giving people things. In terms of if the benefit of doing something is from accomplishing it, then no, I'm not going to do it for you. I'm not going to give someone, you know, help when they're, I'm not gonna pick someone up when they have been attacked by someone.
Oh, hi, Stillforce. How's it going?
What?
Good to see ya.
Man, you're like the only person we have subscribing right now, and you subscribe for 3 months, so you should be like at all of our streams.
You're the Yeah, that's exactly where that was going. Man, we don't have like any subscribers right now, and you subscribe for 3 months, so why the hell aren't you here every time?
I thought it was a pretty good switcheroo.
Can you not beat the second fight with Vexen for me? Yes.
Yes, I can not beat it.
But like, we're gonna beat it on stream. We're not going to not beat it for you. Or we're not gonna beat it for you. We will not beat it. We will not beat it for you.
It's
You
the
know
same
what
thing.
I'm, you
I'm
get
not
what
gonna.
I'm saying.
I don't compliment people unless I actually believe that they deserve the compliment. And I never let people win against me in games, even if they're little kids or whatever. Because it's like, what's the point of letting them win? To bolster their self-esteem? What kind of self-esteem are you going to have when it's like, oh, my older brother let me win all the time? It doesn't boost your self-esteem. Kicking someone in the teeth, that boosts your self-esteem. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. It's a joke. But
I do kick people in the teeth all the time.
But in all honesty,
Not a joke.
I think it's much more valuable to overcome something difficult yourself than for someone else to do it. And that's one of the main kind of ideas behind the Dark Souls franchise, which is why so many people enjoy it so much, is because you have to just be good enough to beat it. There's no real cheese way to do stuff most of the time.
Speaking of overcoming adversity, I think I finally gonna have to call it on Celeste. I got to
chapter in the DLC.
I don't even know at this point. If
you finish the heart of the mountain, that is the end of the game. That is the end of the post game. The only thing that is beyond that now is the DLC.
Okay, then yes. I'm in the DLC. I'm in the farewell space section. And oh my gosh, it's just every single level is just teeth-grindingly precise and frustrating.
Yeah, the DLC
and
was
just
made
like,
for people who really, really liked the game and wanted something tougher. And so most people who enjoy the game but like found it very difficult won't enjoy the DLC. Suck it!
Like, I am tempted to at least just grind it out until I get to the checkpoint, and then go back and do the B-side of the core, because I haven't done that yet. And I figure as soon as I do the B-side of the core, I'll get some other stuff originally from the base game. Because, man, golly. It's just like, I spent an hour and a half getting through the first, like, 4 levels of this freaking, of Chapter 9. Terrible.
Yeah, I like Celeste as a game. I enjoyed my time with it, but it's just not the kind of game that is engaging enough for me to be worth the pain. Which, have you played Return of the Obra Dinn?
E?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you finish it?
No.
Okay, because I started it because, and I have it because everything everywhere that I've seen have been like, this is an amazing game that everyone should play, and it's just so fantastic, blah, 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 blah. I am so bored with it.
Oh, did you start it today?
I started it yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
I just, there's nothing about it that makes me think
Hi, Lunch Boy. How's it going?
that it just, I know that they started off with a lot of really exciting things, but the core conceit of the game and what I'm supposed to do, I haven't gotten enough information to really do more than just say how people have died and answered the first 3 or 4, who the people are. And even getting them right just didn't make me happy in any way, shape, or form.
Yes, the core gameplay loop is just not something I'm interested in. I think it's a great concept, and I think a lot of people rightly love it, but I just don't think it's for me. I've tried it a couple of times, and every time I start, I'm just like, yeah, I don't see myself doing this for 20 hours and having a good time for almost any of it, sadly.
It also starts off pretty sad. Like, oh look.
Oh, it's dead. Oh,
Everybody
aesthetic is
getting
great of
killed.
that game. Everything about the game is well done. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think any part of it is
There's
bad.
nothing wrong with the game. It's just
Yeah,
not a game
I just,
that we enjoy.
yeah, I'm just not into it.
It's just like Apex Legends, Fortnite, WoW, League of Legends, anything like that. There's nothing wrong with those games. And I'm sure they're fantastic games. That's why people love them. I couldn't care less about any of them.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Surprise! Dead.
Supplies!
Why did you use gravity twice?
Remember that time I had full health and Donald healed me twice?
Oh, I remember.
It's like, Donald, what are you doing? Guess he's just
Use
not
a
gonna
card,
die.
you coward! Yeah. Yeah.
Come here, you
Get
stupid
wrecked.
boy.
Oh, yeah.
You're dead now.
So dead. Also, I went back to One Shot. Oh, Steel Force binged all of WandaVision the other night. Finally. Yeah, it is a great show. Not the biggest fan of the ending, but the show as a whole, really enjoyed. Meaning, I think it, like, the ending I thought was really good. The ending episode, not so enamored with it. Went a little too high octane compared to the rest of the show, and, like, when compared to most of the things that I really loved of the show, it didn't do a lot of the things. Also, that bait and switch with, well, Lunch Boy, have you watched WandaVision yet? The bait and switch with that one character made me a little sad.
It is disappointing. Like, no, I don't want that to be just...
Yeah,
cameo.
that. I want it to be real. Like, I was really hoping this would open the door to more things, but it didn't. Oh well. No spoilers. No spoilers.
They've also kind of burned that bridge now.
Oh, I gotta say, the spoiler thing is only gonna last so long, guys. The show's already over, and Falcon the Winter Soldier is ending in 2 days.
It's like 2 months over.
Yeah, like...
It's not over recently, it's over for a while.
Yeah, like, it's not gonna last much longer.
You get a couple of months on these kinds of things, and then it's fair game. That's just how it works.
Yeah, Steel Force, you know what we're talking about? Yes. I understand what they were going for, and yes, I recognize it was just fan service, but I was really hoping it wasn't that. I was hoping it was more than that. And to be fair, it still could be. A lot of people are really determined that it is, and they are holding on to it for dear life. I don't know how much I buy into that, but yeah, I never know.
Oops.
Whoopsie doodle.
There we go.
Boogie boogie time. I think. Probably.
It's the Heartless card, so yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we are.
Here we come. Come with me to a place we call Oogie Boogie's lair.
Yeah, no, for sure. The next Doctor Strange is going to be fantastic, and I think it definitely will. There could be some revelations. I'm also really excited for Secret War, because it's obviously the end of WandaVision, it's tying into that. And I'm excited for it, because I think it's going to be a really good show. Just everything. Now you gotta, I mean, you really do. I mean, the finale for Falcon and Winter Soldier is coming out on Friday, and well, I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier better. Not comparatively, because they're really not comparable at all. But just, I am enjoying my time with Falcon and the Winter Soldier even more. I think you should really watch it. It's very, very, very good. And you definitely don't want to get spoiled for that one, because it is intense.
It's like camping.
There is a Secret War show, yes. Yep. I considered starting Falcon today, but I started Phineas and Ferb instead. Dude! I mean, that's a great show, but it will take longer to watch that than watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But do whatever you want. But I will say, I mean, really, it's very, very good. Ah, loser. No. Secret War, War is officially announced. It is one of the TV shows that's coming out.
Get a new MODOK show that's coming out.
Yeah. That's not part of the MCU, right?
I have no idea.
There's a MODOK comedy coming out.
Yeah, it looks like an Adult Swim show.
Yeah, it's totally capitalizing on the success of Harley Quinn.
Which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, but it's kind of weird.
I'm also excited for She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk's gonna be great. Moon Knight is gonna be awesome, and they got a really good actor for it. Oscar Isaac Clarke? No. Is that it?
Oscar Isaac Newton? No, I'm thinking of just Isaac Newton.
I know, and I was just thinking Isaac Clarke. It's Oscar Isaac Wilde? It's something. No, Oscar Wilde. It's somebody. It's Oscar Isaac something. He's Bo Dameron, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also going to be Snake in the, dang it, Metal Gear Solid movie. This boss fight is not very interesting.
No, it's not. It looks like MODOK is not part of the MCU. Oh, hey. Oh, neat. Being produced by Patton Oswalt.
Suck it! Who's also the voice of MODOK.
Oh, he is? Oh, he's also a main character in BoJack. It's just Oscar Isaac? Oh, that's funny.
Oh.
No, never watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Did you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Up to season 5. I didn't realize it continued after that.
I watched
I'll probably have to jump back in, but I've never liked who they keep trying to make the main character. So, it's kind of tough.
Rachel and I continually discuss watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but then we both remember the start of season 1, and we're like, yeah, maybe some other time.
It's actually really good.
I know. And I'm sure it does get good, but I hate that whole, it gets good thing.
Well, it's not that bad to begin with.
It's pretty
I think
bad.
you specifically dislike it.
I do.
never disliked
It's just so cheesy and cliche that it's like painful to watch.
Yes, it's definitely less so of that. Even not, it's like BoJack Horseman.
BoJack Horseman is really good.
I know. I'm telling you, it's like BoJack Horseman in that the first couple of episodes are not indicative of the rest of the series, and it starts getting better like halfway through the first season.
I guess, but it's not really the same because BoJack Horseman wasn't bad in the beginning.
And I don't think that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is bad in the beginning.
I know, but like objectively, it's not well made. Like, it looks bad, the effects are sucky, and the storylines are really cliche. Oh, hello, Larkseen.
Hey, sexy lady. I got a right to know if you're insane or no.
Too clever. I'm Larkseen. So, are you enjoying your stay at the castle?
Is her name?
I bet it's nice to peel
Arlene.
away all the worthless
Arlene?
memories and awaken the true memories.
People don't
That
have
lie
that
deep
name
in your heart.
life.
Arlene?
True memories.
Arlene's a real name.
Although,
Not
it
common.
seems that you're still forgetting the most important thing here. When that poor girl
Steel Force, have you
hears
watched
that you've
BoJack
forgotten
Horseman?
her name, why, it'll break her heart.
Yeah.
Poor
Robs.
girl. Do you know her? Is she
Larkseen is a terrible
here?
poker, has a terrible
Yes,
poker face.
she is.
Right.
You know about her, and she's like,
Yes.
You see, the
oh,
bad guys
he's
are
totally
holding her
falling for it.
captive,
This is awesome.
Somewhere deep inside the castle. And you obviously are the hero, so you have to go save her.
Those antenna thingies that she does with her hair
Although-
is so funny.
Ah!
Like, I know, it's one of those things that you have
No.
to imagine every time you look at the character design of a hero or a villain. You have
I'm
to
a
realize
bad
that,
guy,
you
so
know,
you have to go
while
through
they were
me.
created just to be visually intriguing,
What's that?
in universe,
Is that thing
someone,
mine?
most likely
What a
they,
shame.
decided to
You've
wear
been
what they're
wearing it all
wearing
this
and do
time
their
and
hair the way
forgot?
they're doing it.
And they're just like, man.
And they have to
No.
do it every morning.
That's
So
not
you have to
possible.
imagine them getting in and out of their
The
clothing
memory has to be
and doing their hair.
engraved somewhere
So you
deep
have to
inside
imagine
your
her.
heart.
She gets out of the shower, slicks all of her hair back,
Think
gets it
carefully
nice, puts in the
now.
product, but then
What?
takes two
What
things
could
and
it
goes like
be?
this, and then
And who
boom.
gave it to you?
And like, how does she make sure that they stay like that? She uses some wax on the tips there to make it flange up, and everything else is the same.
Sora,
Because
you're
for whatever
getting it
reason,
now.
she has decided
Release
that
the memory
that
from within your
is the
heart.
look that she wants.
Wow.
Right? Just think about
Yeah.
her doing her hair like that.
I mean, that's like every anime character. Sora has to do his freaking.
No, that's not
uh,
quite the same
uh,
thing because
uh.
anyone like that is supposed to have
That's
just
right.
messy hair.
Nominate.
I don't care what they're supposed to have.
Yes,
It's not
she's
what he
the one
has.
that
He has
gave you that
freaking triangles
tacky
on his
little
head.
good luck charm.
Everywhere.
Not
Sorry,
that you
pyramids.
even bothered to remember.
Here.
No surprise, seeing as you,
You wanna see a
also
pyramid
couldn't
head?
remember her name.
Right there.
Talk about heartless. I can't
I am-
believe you.
I am surprised that
You'd
BoJack
serve you
Horseman does
right
not look appealing
if
to you
I
at a first
decided
glance.
to
I feel like
smash
it's
this
right up
piece
your
of
alley.
junk.
Let it go.
Dude, you just hit it with your keyblade.
Nominate gave me this. It's very important to me.
Nominate didn't give that to you.
No, nah, not at all.
Oh, it's important to you.
She has very long eyelashes.
Guys, just think about when Mickey has to do his
10
hair. It must take
seconds ago,
hours.
You didn't even know what it was.
Here's a question. Does Mickey Mouse have really short buzz cut? Or is he bald and he just has black skin?
I like to imagine he's basically a hairless cat style mouse.
Right? Because
And he's like super wrinkly, and the first time Sora sees him, he's like, ah, that's the king? Woo! That's horrifying.
Vanish.
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 Rude.
You're done. Lightning. Lightning.
Larkseen, why do you suck? He has very short hair because he cuts it every day.
Lightning.
Or he could just be packing all that hair down below. Ugh. Kingdom 2 Crowns is pretty good too, by the way, but one shot. But one shot is good.
I feel so bad. Heal. Yeah. You're done. Yeah. 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 Vanish. Lightning.
Rude.
Yeah.
Ah. Get wrecked. Use your slate.
You have no heart.
You have no heart. I will get the chug. It changed my desktop background into a hint for a puzzle and then turned it back when I solved the puzzle. Blew my mind. That's pretty cool. I do like stuff like that. Even though it makes me very, very slightly uncomfortable.
Second Larxene, you don't have... Ah, you did have a 0.
At least you didn't have the cognizance to use it before you healed. No escape! I need to take off, but could you shoot me a call after the stream, Weston? I probably have a buyer for your Fan X tickets. Oh, yeah. Sure. Yeah, no problem. Have a good evening. Also calls me by name regularly. Bye. The old Doki Doki Literature Club trick.
Lightning. 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 No escape.
Leave me alone!
You heal.
Whew.
Lightning.
That did not heal very much.
Oh!
Woo!
Yes!
Yeah!
Oh, that was awesome!
That was pretty close there.
I got a trophy for how close I came to death. Oh, that was definitely not intentional. Lightning!
Thunder!
You think we're gonna use that?
Thunder! No. Thunder! Even though it's not what thunder means. RPGs have been doing it wrong forever.
It's whatever.
You're not as bad as I thought. You really are a hero. A heartless hero.
Who asked you?
Oh, does it hurt because it's the truth? You are just a baby.
You can't handle the truth.
Larxene,
And if
how
you're gonna
old
be
are
a
you?
Baby, then here
Because you're only supposed to be like 18, maybe
I
20?
created another card
And
from
he's
your memories,
14.
You know? Be a good
Like,
boy and
you're
say
not that
thanks.
old. That much older than he is.
Wait, Larxene!
Actually, I should look that up. You should look that up now. How old are the organization 13 members?
How would anyone know that?
Because someone
Where are
told
you?
him.
Don't you dare hide
Tetsuya
from me!
Nomura? That's
Show yourself!
definitely something it seems like he would say. In the pamphlet, when you get Kingdom Hearts, it tells you the ages of all the people.
Sora, calm down. She's not coming back.
Too bad, because they're
Sora?
gonna mess her up.
I hate this.
Also, how is he swinging his Keyblade like that?
Why'd I need someone
I
like
thought that
that
he had to
bring
use
back
cards to swing his Keyblade.
Naminé's memory.
Atlantica, Neverland, Hollow Bastion, and the 100-Acre Woods. Winnie the Pooh.
There's no official stuff.
Lame. The way they look, though, they're definitely late teens, early 20s. Like, none of these people are in their 30s.
Throwing that battle wore me out.
Larxene, I will
Really?
kill you.
It looked to me like you just plain lost.
Rude.
How dare you! You don't
How dare
appreciate
you.
the nuances of
An ungainly effort.
Vexen.
It's you.
Lunchboy said he tried to
How
play
could you
Dragon
be
Age
humbled
Origins
by
yesterday. It
someone
didn't
of
work.
such limited
That's a shame. I feel like
significance?
Dragon Age is something you'd like.
You shamed the organization.
I gave Inquisition a shot, but it's really
How
not
can
my
we help
genre.
you, Vexen?
You shouldn't
It's
start
not
with
very
Inquisition.
often we see you topside.
But I don't think
I
any of
came
it would
to
be
lend
your,
you a
your
hand.
genre anyway.
You obviously believe this Sora has much potential, but I remain unconvinced he is truly worth such coddling. I think an experiment would show. if
Wow,
you really
this is absolutely the
felt
worst
the
lip syncing I've
choice.
seen in the whole game.
Yeah, he's got real bad
Well,
lip sync.
here we go again.
Like, hers isn't that
It's just an
bad.
excuse,
Not great.
so you can carry out your little experiments. That's all.
I'm a scientist.
But yeah, no.
Experiments
I
are
mean,
what I do.
I'm a
wow.
science.
Whatever. You can do what
Science.
you want. But you know, I think testing Sora is just a cover for testing your
You don't
valet.
appreciate the nuances of an ungainly
He's the
effort.
product of pure research.
I don't know what that
Actually
means.
is a toy.
I just don't like
You should just learn to be quiet.
RTS style games.
Anyway,
I just don't like
since you
strategy
came all
games.
this
It's not
way,
RTS. I just
you're
don't.
gonna
I'm
need
not.
this.
I mean, I can't say I don't like
A
strategy
humble
games. I don't
gift
like
to
that
my
style
elder.
of strategy game where you control
I hope you use it to put on
like
a,
a
very good
unit
show for us.
in general.
I like those kinds of strategy
I don't
games,
know.
but I'm bad at that.
I didn't like Inquisition. I don't know what
I'm
else
really
to say.
bad at them. I was playing StarCraft, and I lost like the second level, and
We don't
it's
have
not
time.
even hard.
They've got Nominee. We
I'm
gotta
just
rescue
really
her.
bad at strategy games. Because I never have to think strategically about anything. Why would I be good at that?
Sora sure does seem like he's upset.
You be too. He just remembered a friend, but found out she's in trouble.
You didn't remember. You guys are so stupid.
I guess if we heard
So
that the king was in
stupid.
danger,
They literally
we would be
told you you're
pretty
going to
upset
forget
about
things
that,
here, and they're
too.
like, oh, I'm forgetting things, but I'm remembering new things. And it's like, hello, ding, 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 red flags. Why is this not concerning to you?
Maybe they forgot that they're forgetting things.
It seems like they're forgetting things. This is last in, last out architecture here.
That's true.
So that they should be remembering those things. so
Yes,
far.
that is in fact Riku. Okay,
We'll do
only got
Atlantica
4.
first.
Yay, Atlantica.
Because we don't have
I
to
wonder-
swim.
I know, I wonder what it'll look like.
If it's anything like the GBA version, it'll look like it's under the sea, but it will play exactly the same as all the other worlds.
Under the sea. Oh, yep.
It's a weird room.
I'm drowning!
Blah, 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 blah. I don't care.
So how can we breathe?
None of
Because
this
you're
matters.
not actually underwater.
It's actually,
You are in the castle still.
Did you ever get to Memoria in Final Fantasy IX?
No, I don't think so.
So, at the very end of Final Fantasy IX, you enter this place called Memoria. And oh my gosh, Memoria's whole thing is that it is, you travel through it, through the memories of you and your companions. So, everyone in your party will see things if they experienced it. But if they never experienced it, they may be able to see it. Or they'll just see white, or they won't be able to see anything. It's all very interesting. And so at one point, one of your teammates
Rude.
has never been to the ocean. And you go underneath the ocean. And they don't recognize that they're underneath the ocean, so they're just breathing under it. But then they realize that, oh, I'm underwater. I shouldn't be able to breathe. And they start choking on water. They discover like how to avoid that, but at the time, it was pretty cool. Where did my...
The more time passes, the more I wish I could play Persona 5. Anything you guys recommend for me to play instead of that? I mean, Final Fantasies. All good RPGs.
If you want something that is similar to Persona,
Persona 4.
let me think.
Golden,
What did I play?
specifically. Pretty sure you have that on Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Persona 4. Golden, specifically. Resident Evil, not similar at all, but great games. Wee 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 wee. Somebody else's
Thank
lake.
you.
It's wet down here, my hands are wrinkly. Now I'm gonna touch your face.
They say that this is due to your body compensating for the
grip.
lack of friction
But that's
underwater.
That's a lie.
No, that's the truth.
That is not the truth.
Yeah, because it's not your water, it's not water absorption. It only works with areas of your body that don't have nerve damage. So it's specifically portions of your body that are like, oh, I should deform this way for some reason. Perhaps it's not for better grip, but your body does it on purpose.
Oh, you're right. I thought that was I thought they'd figured something else out. But no. Yep, that's true.
Yes. If people used to think that it was just your body absorbed the water over time and that's why it happened, that
doesn't make any sense. Why did they think that? If your body was absorbing the water, it wouldn't get wrinkly. Your skin wouldn't contract because of that. It would enlarge. It would,
that is why
swell.
It becomes wrinkly. Because it's like your elbow. Your elbow has wrinkled skin because when you contract it in, there's more skin there than there is space.
That's what I'm saying. It's contracting. If it was absorbing water, it would puff. It would not contract. That wouldn't make any sense. It would be like a balloon inflating.
No, but I'm saying that the skin, as it becomes more copious, begins to wrinkle because there is the same amount of surface area, but there's a greater amount of skin. Therefore, if it enlarges due to water absorption,
I guess that makes
would
sense.
wrinkle.
That's stupid.
That is why it was commonly believed. It is wrong, but that is why people thought that.
Huh.
But then they found out that people with nerve damage don't get that. And so they're like, okay, well, that's out the window because nerve damage has nothing to do with whether you absorb water or not. So the running theory now is that your body does it as a natural reaction in an attempt to increase your ability to grip things underwater. I'd love to see if anyone has experimented to see if you actually gain any additional grip thanks to the wrinkling. What the heck? Why is this a thing? This isn't what I wanted.
Let's do a boatload of damage, though.
It was so weird.
Jordan does not have any Persona on Steam. Really?
Well, then I definitely have it on PlayStation Vita.
I was gonna say, you have it through something.
I've got most of the Personas through something.
I thought our cells did that because of the ratio of concentration of other stuff in the water on the inside to the outside. I don't understand. You're talking like because of osmosis? Because the concentration equalizes?
No, to be clear, you do absorb some water. Your skin can absorb water. That's why it changes that kind of color. Because the surface dead skin does absorb. But that's it. It's not. You don't get wrinkles due to water absorption. You get it because your body is trying to compensate for something. Looks like he's compensating for something. I didn't come here to be judged by you, okay? I get enough of that in my own life. I mean, honestly, the closest thing that you can get to Persona that is not Persona is either other RPGs, specifically JRPGs, or at least RPGs with a heavy Japanese inspiration slant, and visual novels. Because Persona is essentially those two things combined. So, makes sense. Which, I don't know if it's still going on, but there was a visual novel studio that's pretty famous that was putting most of its stuff on sale. You get stuff like Planned, which is pretty famous. You can also get a bunch of porn visual novels, but you don't actually have to get the porn part of it, so...
Let's do this thing! No. There we go. Get wrecked! Ah, loser! Yay, a white room! Love those. So great. Sure. Why not?
Well, we've known since the 1930s that The water absorption thing is BS.
Really? Wow. Huh. I think that would be better common knowledge. Yeah, go ahead. Try to attack. Good luck with that. Just kidding. I'm not wishing you good luck. I rescind that good luck.
Apparently, it does improve grip on wet objects. So, yeah.
Huh.
Somehow our body is just like, oh,
Learn something new every day, huh?
I gotta change the tire treads. Gotta get those wet wheels on.
Yeah. Hooray!
You don't necessarily learn
Looming
something new every
darkness.
day, but you do if you're looking for it. Look at that
You
fat boy over there.
you can learn something new every day.
Yes. I don't know, I just want to change the idea of you learn something new to every day to like, I learn something new every day because
You're acting.
I seek it out. You know?
Yeah, not being acted
Turn it
upon.
into a bigger positive. Also, I would stick around when you kill enemies a little closer to make sure you pick up those gems because they disappear over time. And you miss out. Like
What?
That. And you miss out on that.
That is so lame. Why would they do that? That doesn't make any sense.
That make no sense. Also, the next chance we get, we need to go into our deck and change something.
What is
I'm
that?
forgetting about. Shit. We need to switch where the quick down menu goes to, because
The zeros.
yeah, it needs to be at the end of the zeros, because
Yeah.
that'll still let us get to heal when we need to quickly, but the zeros are more important to get to immediately.
Give me that 20 rupee. Good job, Donald. Really not letting me down here.
Every day I'm spinning around. Every day I'm spinning around.
Oh.
Oh, he did.
He
Is
did.
that a treasure door?
Yeah! Woo! Finally.
I vote we hold on to it past this area.
Okay.
Because I can't imagine the
How do
key
I
right here is
change it?
good. Square?
No.
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 Add card. Card. Plates, organize. Decks.
You know? Didn't mean to do that.
Try triangle? Oh no, that's sword.
Yeah.
Square lets you move it.
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch more.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-bum.
What does Oogie Boogie do?
Uh,
Gradually restores HP.
it's not bad. How much does he cost?
40?
40? Sure.
Throw him in there
Why not?
and try him in the this next battle and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, see if it's worth it. See if the card has to stay up for it to be gradual, or see if it's like you use it and then just get it for a little while, gradual rate. Then the same thing.
Ow.
Try O.
Yeah, it just takes me back here.
Try triangle.
Yeah. Just does that.
Square.
There's no other buttons. There are no other buttons.
Try start.
I tried that. Doesn't do anything.
Huh. That's so...
I know you did this before. I
Still don't know why I can't finish RPGs. The answer is because your attention span is too short. I'm sorry if you didn't want to hear that, but that's generally the
Oh, I
reason
see. It
why.
switches positions. Okay. What the?
Yeah. Moved it.
Yeah, yeah. Just Google it. This shouldn't be so hard. Yeah, give me those points. Thanks. Woohoo! Sorry, wait. What did you want to hold in the treasure room for?
For the next world.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't think it's going to be worth it in this one.
Oh, yeah. Where is Oogie Boogie? I put him in here.
I think he's special.
Oh, right. I have to,
It's the
what was that?
It's the touchpad.
Touchpad. Got it.
I figured me manhandling it, you'd know
I
where
felt
was
it somewhere over here. I wasn't sure if it... No, of course not the share button. Okay, I don't know what happened. Oh, no, it is. It's happening. Cool. Very good.
Well, in that case, maybe it's actually a good idea for us to include more of those villain cards, because if they're kind of free like that,
yeah,
like that's definitely worth it.
Let's see. I got some room. Okay, but not that much room. Jeez. Come on, guys. All right, fine.
They're expensive, so.
Yeah, they are. I think I'll give it. Oh, yes.
Come on. Come on.
What's the attention span thing?
I said that Lunch Boy, he said, why can't I finish RPGs? And I said, because your attention span isn't long enough. So freaking close. Not sure if I agree with the attention span thing. I mean, I'm just telling you, if your attention span is such that I just upgraded that, so it's...
Right.
If your attention span is such that you can't maintain interest in the thing, then you're not going to finish it, right? And that's most likely what the issue is. Yeah, I'm not making fun of you or anything. I'm just saying that's likely what the problem is. You will need Oogie Boogie for Vexen for your interest.
Oh.
Well, I think we're planning on
yeah,
holding
we'll
on to
keep
him
him
because it's pretty nice to just have him free. I don't think he restocks though, so definitely...
I don't think so either. What the? Oh, whoops. Get wrecked! You stupid balls of darkness! You can't fight me! You can't beat me! You can't fight me! Are you gonna die? Get over here now! Oh no. Why do you think you don't finish them, Lunch Boy? I'm curious to know what you think the reason is. I think you get invested in other games too quickly. I maintain some
if
tedious.
if you press up, you'll automatically go to the refill thing.
Oh. Oh, that's good to know. Oh.
So useless. I want to know how to set shortcut. What is going on?
Oh, you know what? I
Why
bet
was
it's
I
just.
disconnected from chat?
I bet it was just. Let me take a look at the menu after this. It might just be a separate menu item.
I maintain some tedious and repetitive actions. I'm just telling you that may be true, but depending on what the repetitive action is, you can have more interest in it than another thing. For one thing, if you're going to do a repetitive action like, let's say, painting a wall or vacuuming a floor, that requires much less attention than playing a game. So you can listen to music, you can be thinking about something or another, you can be watching a video.
Level 3. And
you can maintain that for a long period of time, feeling like you're doing something very repetitive, but you're actually on the surface consciously doing something far more interesting.
Also, not that you have ADD, but one of the things of ADHD is that, and ADD, it's not two separate diagnoses anymore. Oh, hey, a potion. Okay. I was wrong.
Why?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Got it.
Yeah, it's a separate menu.
Okay.
It's so stupid.
Cool. Awesome.
Ah.
But one of the things of ADHD, which again, not that you have it, but it's actually hyper-focusing, where you get, and this is something I do a lot.
Forget to pick up the experience.
Oh, good grief, I thought I got it.
No, every time you hit them, you gotta hear it.
Give me that. When I get fixated on a task, I want to do that thing, regardless of what it is. Sometimes I'll just get super into a thing, and I need to do it, and, like, I can't even think without, like, if I have to do something else, I get super annoyed. Like, unreasonably annoyed. It's not good. I'm working on it. I try to work on it.
It is funny that we have such, like, opposite philosophies in using the potions. I always use the lower one first, you always use the higher one first.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not, you know, saying it's a bad thing. It's just, it's one of those things that can make it difficult to enjoy certain things. 2 enemies!
What do you want? Get wrecked. Losers.
I know that for me,
Whack.
it tends to be easy for me to enjoy RPGs and get through them because I really get invested in mechanics of the game, and so even when I'm grinding, if I enjoy the RPG, I like the repetitive nature of it. I really like things that are... Go to the right. Red one.
Give me.
I really like things that have rhythm and that have, like, are set in a way that makes me feel comfortable. So doing repetitive tasks like that, especially in RPGs, is very satisfying for me. You're just a paradox. I want to play an RPG for a story. You want to play an RPG for a story, except not Persona 5. Persona
No, he
5
does want to play... What?
Persona 5...
Oh, you don't want to play... Okay.
I want to play that because it's just pure concentrated style. It also has a good story.
It is pure concentrated style, it's true.
It took me 125 hours to beat that game, and I got the platinum on it.
What?
Oh, you can reach the limit? Well, get rid of the mushroom cards first.
Yeah.
Because we're not using magic. Now get rid of the white ones first. Those are the ones that are just magic.
Also getting rid of...
It definitely is pure concentrated style, but it's a lot more than that.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, it was a 3. Lame. Oh, so many things.
So lame, baby. You might want to heal too. You're not lower, you can just keep it up.
Might as well.
I'd probably like its story too, but it's not the reason I want to play it, unlike any other RPGs I want to play, which is fair.
That's funny.
And honestly, it takes a really long time for the story to really get going in there, and the story does have some significant issues with it. So it's there's specifically one part that is really egregious in it.
It's no Slender the 8 pages, but we're saying.
Well, no, so the very first thing, this isn't really a spoiler because it's literally one of the first things you learn. This girl is being harassed by a teacher in a sexual manner. She isn't being abused, but it's leading to abuse.
She is being abused. There's just nothing. She's not being raped.
Yeah, there's no physical abuse occurring yet. But there's a lot of nasty stuff going on. And so you take care of it and you prevent... I know you keep using it, right?
Yeah, I was because I used the Goofy card, so I'm like, well, whatever. Just use this one too.
Anyway, so that happens. It's a big thing, and she finally gets free of it, and it's like, yay, everything is great. And then the exact next place you go to you're trying to learn about this person to see if there's, to see if that's the next thing that you're going to do. And you try to coerce this girl who has just had to deal with this stuff to be willing to be a nude model alone for this strange person that she doesn't know.
What?
Yeah, and...
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, so everyone everywhere has been like, this is, I don't like this.
Yeah, definitely not. Can't do that. Sorry.
Persona 5 is kind of like anime Inception, except it makes less sense than Inception. Check about treasure chest stuff. Got a bunch of treasure chest stuff in greens. Or blues, I guess.
Show.
And, like, aside from that specific thing, everything else is fine. But I really didn't like that part because I'm like, because I was trying to roleplay as the character, right? And I'm like, if I was in that position, I would hurt someone and be like, how dare you even suggest this? You not realize what she's already been through. But that's not an option. They don't let you, they won't let you say anything close to that.
Boink.
And that really bothered me. Shock Impact!
Oh, yeah, Simba. Great. Awesome. Love it.
Don't even have Simba.
No, not that one.
We gotta go around.
Oh, it was blue, so I thought that was saying that was the next place. No, it's a treasure card. This is where I need to go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll go check that one first.
Well, check what one first.
Well, it'll be from this one, or
It
this.
will, no, it will be from that one.
How do you know?
Because it's...
It'll be from that
Oh,
one.
I guess it could be that one. You ran right into that
I
jellyfish.
know. Get dead.
I don't know, if you want to play a game like Persona 5 that's all about style instead of story or substance, then there actually are some great games out there for that. There's Jet Set Radio, which you should be able to get on Steam. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have it on Steam through the Sega Replay thingy.
Yeah.
There is a spiritual successor to Jet Set Radio that is even more stylish. It has some flaws, but super, super stylish.
What is it?
I forget.
Oh.
But if you look up
Cool successor to Jet Set Radio, yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, couldn't breathe there for a second.
Shark Boy! Hey, where's Lava Girl? Am I right?
That
Ow.
was disgusting. Anyway, if you look up spiritual successor, you'll find it real easily. It's pretty well-known spiritual successor. What are some other hyper-stylish games?
Devil May Cry. Not at all in the same vein.
Not the original Devil May Cry.
No,
actually.
DMC.
The original Devil May Cry is fun, but it is not nearly as stylish as the rest of the series. And honestly, if you're looking for something super stylish, I'd start with 5. It's the most recent, and it's just...
No. No.
That one's
That's
pretty
pretty
good.
nice.
55.
Oh, can't afford it still.
We can do up to 45.
Decrease? No.
Oh, these don't have numbers. They can't be broken. That's 60.
Yeah, no, they can't be broken. They're super nice. I like them. I want to save it for that one, though, because that one seems pretty solid.
Have I played any other Atlas games? I am fairly certain I have, but I do not remember. Let me look up Atlas games to see.
I can see their logo so vividly that I feel like I must have played some other ones.
I have all the Persona games on PlayStation. I went back and bought them all through the backwards compatibility stuff because I just like that kind of stuff.
Did you see that they...
I have played Catherine
Catherine.
Full Body Edition, which I didn't like as much as I thought I would, because I didn't like any of the women that you can end up with. Because I wanted to end up with Catherine with a Q, and That didn't work out.
She dies.
No, she does not.
Oh, okay.
I have Radiant
I
Historia.
felt like that had to be the the hesitancy.
They published Demon Souls? What?
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, they were published by Atlas
Huh.
in conjunction with Bandai Namco.
Goofy, why do you or Donald, why do you suck so bad?
That's pretty hilarious. No. Okay. Yeah, so apparently, yeah, Demon Souls. I have Dragon's Crown, and I've enjoyed what I played of that, but it's definitely kind of a multiplayer-centric game. I'll probably jump back into it because I like what I've played so far. There's also 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, which came out relatively recently in 2019. I like the concept of that game, don't have it, but I'm planning on getting it. I have Odin Sphere Luftrazer, which is another one, and I actually like that game. It's very interesting. Yeah, and that looks like that's all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've played a good number of them. Atlas definitely has some very stylish games. Yeah, 13 Sentinels I've heard is a pretty good niche kind of RPG, but very different stylistically than Persona. Yeah, of course, there's the world that ends. The world ends with you. That's definitely a hyper stylized game, very much in the vein of Persona 5. There's Katana Zero is honestly pretty stylized. A little bit different. It's definitely kind of Daft Punk kind of stylized as opposed to jazz stylized. No, more technical, less jazzy.
I didn't mean to use that.
Yeah,
That's okay.
like you use Donald as a
There we go.
zero. That's not gonna.
You know what that is?
False bounty?
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I assume it's a bunch of chests, and some, if not all of them, are mimics. Katana Zero is super good. I'm super excited for the sequel. There's definitely going to be one, and with how successful the game was, I can't imagine that it's not gonna come out sooner rather than later.
I didn't know they were planning a sequel. That's cool.
Play the game?
Uh-huh.
Did you beat it?
Yeah? Why?
Watch the ending?
I don't remember things. What was it?
Very much a direct setup for a sequel.
Ah.
Like, super
So
setup
no,
for a
there has not been one announced, is the answer.
No.
Okay.
Is that what you asked?
Yes.
I thought you just said, really, there's a sequel?
I meant there is a confirmed sequel.
No, but like I said, they set it up for a sequel directly, and with how successful the game was, I can't imagine them not getting it. So I think the only reason they haven't announced it is because they want to wait until there's something substantial there.
You dang fish with your stupid big cards. Get out of here. Almighty darkness!
Does that door have a seashell bra?
Yeah, it does. Alright, we'll use you.
You got
Why not?
done used.
Katana Zero is very fun.
I beat
Very much
Katana
enjoyed
Zero without ever using the slowdown mechanic because I honestly thought I would get something from doing that. You don't. You don't get anything from that.
Spoiler.
But at least I can brag and say that I completed the entire game without it.
Yes.
I should just go. I mean, it's impressive that I'd managed to do that. It's a core mechanic. The fact that I was too stupid to use it, you know. I don't know. I went on Reddit and some people are like, "That's not possible," and several people were like, "No, it's possible. You don't get anything for it, but you can."
I want to do this false bounty thing.
Any PS2 games you guys think I should play?
So many.
Ah,
Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper's, Jack and Daxter, all classics. Silent Hill
jump
2.
on
Yeah.
depends on what you're looking for. If you haven't played,
Any of these are as good as the other.
if you have yet to play Dragon Quest VIII, that's a really good game. I'm not sure you'd be able to make it through it because it's definitely a very much slower paced RPG, but it's one of my favorites. Like, I really like that game. There's a couple of Castlevanias, 3D Castlevanias, that are actually pretty competent. There's a pretty cool stylized game called Chaos Legion, which is an action game. A lot of stuff going on, and it's probably more edgy than it is stylized, but it's pretty great. At the moment, all I've got is Star Wars Battlefront and Kingdom Hearts. Oof. That is... The PlayStation 2 has one of the
Spyro.
biggest libraries out there of just pure console games. Obviously, the PlayStation 4 beats it because it's got, all the PlayStation 4 games, plus backwards compatibility with PlayStation 2 games, stuff like that. And PC beats
Too
everything
late.
because it just never becomes obsolete, more or
Yeah.
less. But, console-wise, it's got lots of bangers. Ace Combat 4 has an amazing story, and the gameplay is also super great.
Nice. Great.
You don't have air magic.
Oh.
You want me to
Gosh,
use
dang
something
it.
that I don't have. The Spyro games on the PlayStation 2 are actually pretty good. They are more action platformers than pure platformers like the original on PlayStation were.
But you have Spyro Reignited Trilogy on Steam, so if you're gonna play them, you might
Those
as
are-
well play them.
Those are different. The ones on the Reignited Trilogy is fantastic, but the ones on PlayStation 2 are much different. Actually, there's two sets on the PlayStation 2. There's a couple that were directly in line with the original series, a fourth and fifth game. They're not called that, but that's essentially what they are. And then there's a new trilogy of games that goes from PlayStation 2 to the Wii. It doesn't have PS2 backwards compatibility. I misspoke. It emulates
Virtual Console, yeah.
several of them.
Oh, you hear that they rescinded on the whole?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Which I like because I think I'm going to go buy more games on PlayStation 3 because I want to make sure that I've got all of them. I even swapped out the hard drive on the PS3 with a 2 terabyte one, so I never have to download anything, specifically in anticipation for it being shut down like this.
Yeah.
Also, everyone's all freaking out about this little battery that can go dead in PlayStation consoles and then you can't play certain things. And I'm like, okay, that's not unique to PlayStation, and also, you can literally replace that. People have been doing it on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Like, there is a battery in any cartridge, any Nintendo game, any Nintendo 64 game or Super Nintendo game that allows for saving. There is a battery in the cartridge itself, and if that battery ever dies, you can no longer save, because that battery is what keeps the memory alive for you to be able to save. You can open it and replace the battery and be able to save again. And it's the same with the console. You can replace that battery. Oh no, depending on what you want, it's nicer to have a PlayStation 2. I have the Ratchet and Clank trilogy on PlayStation 3, but it turns out it actually has a couple of emulation quirks. So I'm planning on getting them again on the PlayStation 2, just so that I can make sure to always have the pure experience. I only have the fourth one on PlayStation. But currently I do own every Ratchet and Clank game except for Size Matters and
All for
Secret
One.
Agent Blake.
And All for One.
No, I have All for One. PlayStation 3.
Why?
Because I thought it'd be fun to play with some friends, and it was. I only managed to play one time, but it was fun when we were playing it. But that's because that's a thing I'd already been doing. What's really good is the Wii U having GBA Virtual Console. It is nice that it's got GBA Virtual Console, DS Virtual Console, and stuff, but I found that emulating on the computer is far more feasible. Especially since Nintendo has most of their emulation stuff at like $20. They are not worth that. That is a steep price for a game that they're not doing anything with.
Smack.
Get anything good out of this one. A 0! We got a bunch of zeros that
I know, Oh, its recovery is really good, though.
recovery
So-
a star.
Might as well put you in there. I got another...
I think at this point we can get rid of anything lower than a 6. Because we've
did.
got a lot of 5s and 6. No, I mean we can
Oh,
sell
sell.
cards.
Oh, that's what I should do. I should make the next one a mobile room.
Handheld virtual console hooked up to the big screen. I mean, that's kind of what it is, but there's no upscaling. There's nothing special about that virtual console. And that's one thing that I'd really love for system manufacturers to try to do, is be like, if you make a game for our system, we're going to enter it into a library. And whenever, wherever possible, we're going to offer that library retroactively. Right? That's the biggest issue right now with backwards compatibility for things, is that... I'm gonna buy cards here? Well, I guess you can get cards from everything.
Yeah.
Not just the Crab Claw.
The Crab Claw has really good recovery, so...
But right now, because of licensing, they can't just be like,
Yay.
here you go, you know, we can give you all these games.
Solid.
Better than all the card packs I open.
This is literally... These are the worst. I need... This.
Up at my face, Crab Claw.
Woo! So many 5s.
I'm fed up with Vexen for the night, says Kingdom.
Give
I
up.
just love
It's
the
okay.
idea of playing a Game Boy game on a TV with a controller, says Lunchboy. I mean, you can do that through emulation. Create a Raspberry Pi and put on a USB controller port. And then you can run pretty much anything on the TV. And I understand the appeal, but I will tell you that in general, those kinds of...
Ooh, yes, please.
Why is that covered in a black belt?
It's more expensive.
I know.
Bam.
That's all
why.
Crab Claws.
Why do you not want Crab Claw? I don't understand.
I'm just commenting on the fact that it's funny that that one had all Crab Claws. Like, it's cool to play them on a big screen, but because there's no upscaling, it generally looks better on a smaller screen. But I do have a bunch of things emulated on the Wii U, so it's not like I don't enjoy that as well. Get out of here. That one.
D+, yeah. Okay, great. Give me more! All of your cards.
I recommend doing
Ugh.
Winnie the Pooh after Neverland so that you can level before the Vexen fight. Sure, and I do PC emulation more than the alternatives, but I'm a fan of Nintendo Virtual Console regardless. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I just personally it's one of those things where it's the convenience of it is kind of lost, and with how expensive it is, I mean, I don't know. I just, as much as I can, I don't want to give Nintendo anything. They're really scummy with the things that you do give them. You're like, oh, you like The Legend of Zelda? Well, here's a bare bones port, and it's going to be $60. And it's like, you know that there is a company that took 3 beloved games, almost to the extent of Zelda. I'll admit that it's not to the same level, but it's close.
Okay. Screw you guys.
They completely rebuilt them from the ground up. Completely redid the level design, the art direction, all this different stuff, remastered the music, put 3 games together, and sold them for $40. And you take a weak port and are like, it's worth $60. It's disgusting. I honestly, it is unfathomable what Nintendo is able to get away with because people think that their games are for some reason better than any other company's games. They're not. I like Nintendo games, but there's nothing special about Nintendo games other than people's insistence that there's something special about them.
Get over here. Oh yeah, I need to see my deck.
You can only put one thing.
Not if I get rid of some stuff.
Yeah.
Goodbye, all of you heart things.
Like
You
Hollow
all
Bastion
suck.
as the last world. Wish they continued it instead of SNES subscription library because their selection there sucks. It does suck, and I do wish that they continued it, but at the same time, they don't let you carry over purchases from one virtual console to the next, and that's annoying. You just keep going up.
I know.
Okay. Gonna pull out Kingdom Keys.
Yeah.
There's an 8. Oof, still not.
Got one of those.
What's really disgusting is Nintendo's treatment of Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Plate of Light. Oh, tell me more.
Okie dokie. It's okay, they're
I've
sleeping.
talked about it here before, and it's similar to the Mario thing. But man, does it make me mad. Yeah, I mean, I'd really love for all franchises to do a little bit more about keeping up with their older games, making it a little bit easier, since most of them don't. That's why I'm a big proponent of emulation. Because
Emulation for life!
if the companies won't make it easy and affordable for me to play their games, then I'm going to ignore it. Now, on the record, I'm not condoning
Illegal emulation.
illegal emulation.
Ew! Gross.
Right?
Yeah.
You should own a physical copy of the thing if you're going to play it.
Oh, we got Ariel! Yay! Woo! Yay.
But, you know, with that in mind, I do think that you don't have to you don't have to go through all the rigmarole since it is legal to emulate.
Cool. Awesome.
What was that?
Looming darkness. They attack you relentlessly. Apparently. Yeah. Smack.
You know, you can't just run it to death. I know I
Yeah.
laughed before because you tried to attack them and it didn't work. But it's essentially the same thing whether you attack them or not.
Does
The
sleep have the
difference
same as stunned?
Yes, except I think if they're asleep, they won't wake up until you attack them, whereas stun wears off. They sold an emulator ROM as a limited edition release, and the standard emulator features were advertised as selling points. Let's see. Limited edition ended same time as the Mario collection. Oh, right, but it's straight up an emulated translation. It runs on an emulator. They sold an emulator ROM. They did. That was the same thing with the Mario stuff, and they didn't even like do a good job of emulating it because emulators at the time had a common issue of showing off some debugging things that you weren't supposed to see. But in the release, in most releases now on computers and stuff, oh no, it wears off. So it's exactly the same.
Yep.
They had fixed it. Most emulators had fixed that problem. Nintendo did it, and it still had that problem, which they eventually fixed. But it's like, you emulated it and couldn't even learn from the actual emulations that are out there? What kind of idiotic...
Goofy!
Yeah, I don't
Get
know.
wrecked.
I just really am annoyed that people are, for the most part, fine with Nintendo being a super scummy company and not calling them out for it. Like, why is it that Mario, the 3D collection, was only sold for a limited amount of time? To celebrate its 35th anniversary, you're only going to let us buy the game for less than a year? Like, how does that make sense? It's not a celebration. That's why the whole Mario is being executed thing was great. It's like, yeah, you're just setting up a countdown of, here's this beloved IP that people really like, and a bunch of games that you've been asking for forever. If you want it, you better get it now, or you're SOL. It's like, what the hell? Nintendo, this is not cool.
Why do you hate me, Nintendo? On a personal level, you hate me specifically. Yeah, dead. Oh yeah.
But I still have that
Feeling
peace
good.
of mind that wonders if I should have bought it. Yeah, and that's what they were playing into is FOMO, fear of missing out, and that's another thing that's kind of scummy. Like, what are you doing? Maybe you should do a save room, just in case you die. Aw, man.
Hey, not that one. Gee, Willikers, guys!
You can go replace it with another one.
I think it's 0. That was a treasure trove! Wait a sec.
Rest in peace, Mario. Whatever, fine. Crab Claw!
Right plot.
Ah, Bear Claw.
Yay!
Ah, Bear Claw! You have to go next to them to hoover them up as well.
Damn.
And
Oh
they'll-
my
they
gosh!
disappear.
What in the world?
I'm telling you, this game does not play nice when collecting things. You have to be right next to it, or it just doesn't happen.
So lame!
So lame! But I will say that if anyone indulges in purchasing any of these things, I'm not going to say that, you know, you did something wrong. I'm not going to say, like,
There we go.
oh, you shouldn't have done this or that or whatever. Like, if you want the thing and that's the easiest way for you to legally obtain it, go for it. I don't like the company making that the only option and making you pay astronomically more than it is worth. The Zelda game that is coming out this summer should not be $60, it should be $20 at most. 20 is still a lot, but at least it makes sense. But it is 3 times that. Why? Because Nintendo knows it can get away with it. And in all likelihood, I will be buying it on the Switch, because it's the easiest way to play it, and if we ever want to stream that game, which we likely will, that will be the easiest way to stream it. And
Level
then we don't have to worry
33.
and then we don't have to worry about all the bullcrap motion control stuff.
Yeah.
Unless we
Yay!
want to. Silver Gunner did an event on the day the collection left the store where they removed everything Mario from the channel, and then started posting tons of videos of Mario things without Mario. Oh man, that's pretty clever, but you know that Nintendo's gonna try to take him down.
Yep, fighting Ursula, yep.
I wonder what's happening here. Oh right, the same thing that happened in the actual game. It is nice that this battle, at least, is much different from the original.
Yeah.
The sea and all its denizens shall grovel before me.
This won't be pretty. There.
Correct.
Whoa, baby. Just like suffocate her?
Definitely.
Get crab clawed! Crab claw! You didn't use it.
I did.
You're like at full health.
Yeah, now I am. Now I definitely am.
I know, right? That looked awful. Like, I know she's a bad person, but seriously. Your barrier can't hurt me. Oh, look, we get 5 more deals of Regan before it disappears.
Oh, that's nice.
And it looks like it stops when you're at full health, so that's it. And that's it. Also, I don't know when we can do it, but at some point we should definitely do an interaction play series.
I agree.
Review. Called Golden Bolt.
What?
Do you follow the Golden Bolt?
That YouTube channel?
Yeah.
No.
He's obviously big into Ratchet & Clank. It's called the Golden Bolt. And he is now doing a big series retrospective on every single game. And he released the second one today, Ratchet & Clank 2.
Cool.
It's really nice. He does a great job, and he has had interviews with developers and stuff, so it's more than just like his thoughts. But it's also pretty long.
Yeah.
First and second one, and then I'm gonna refill your cards real quick. Oh, you did.
Wreck!
Hey, Weston, you recommended Brutal Moose a while ago.
Yes, that's because Brutal Moose is fantastic. I love his stuff. It's so funny.
Every day when
Specifically
I
his Brutal Foods.
when I see him on his computer doing whatever, he also has Brutal Moose on the days. That's all I've seen.
No, not right now. I've been watching Mr. Ballin. Which is a terrible name for a very fun channel for me. It's all just horror stuff. I'd like it quite a bit.
But I don't remember what you were talking about aside from the name.
That he does reviews of TV dinners and also makes old recipes, and he's also just very funny. But also does video games things. But he used to do mostly video game things, and now he does a lot more variety stuff.
I'm gonna eat this TV dinner because... Oh, I present I've lost control. I'm circling the drain! Ah!
Circle.
Oh, and that's it. Drain's been hit. I'm going down. Oh!
Oh my goodness. Oh, Riku. You're...
Riku!
Sephiroth? No. Different white-haired guy.
What are you doing here? Not happy to see me? Let me know if I'm getting in the way. You know, of something that's more important.
Bro, don't be a dick. Come on.
I didn't mean
That's
that.
kind of his personality in the first game.
Spare the excuses.
I know.
I bet that you had all but forgotten about me.
Also watched all of Tom Reagan. All of it.
Isn't it great? Gosh, I love that guy's videos. They're
But
so
you're not
funny.
anymore, right?
Very interesting
Now it's
videos, but
only
I can't say I'm a big fan of his
Nominate
takes
you're
on those
looking
things.
for.
The
You don't care about me.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Just like you never cared. At all.
Such a
feelings.
jerk, Riku.
Teddy Roosevelt, Hades, and the Final Fantasy X videos are all like
I knew
top
it.
notch. So funny.
Never even gave it a thought, did you?
It's a really funny
Just
trio of
because you
things.
want to see Nominee.
I know. That's what I love about him.
Doesn't go both
You
ways.
literally never know what he's gonna
Tell you the
release
truth,
next. It's completely
Nominee
unpredictable.
doesn't even want to look at your face. Why not?
Rude.
You
'Cause
should
you're
ask
ugly.
your memories. Why Nominee disappeared from the islands,
You didn't. She
Remember
never
that.
existed.
and you'd know.
Never existed at all.
Did I?
Honestly, this whole game, I feel like,
Is it my fault?
might have been a little bit better if it
Riku.
came before the first game. Just because we know
Go home, Sora.
that he is remembering someone who
I'll
doesn't
care for
exist.
Nominee.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyone
Like,
who goes
there was
near
never a
her
point in this game where I ever thought, oh,
goes through me.
there's this girl that he just didn't know about. It was
What's
very
wrong with
obvious
you?
that he was
We're
being
supposed
messed
to be
with.
friends.
Especially since you see
Please,
Organization
Sora.
13, like,
Since when have
literally
you ever cared
talking
about
about
me?
it. And so it
Yamine's
puts
not
the
the only
whole
one who's sick
game
of
in this
looking at
weird
you.
perspective of
So
like
am I.
they're being gaslit, but you're
Riku,
not,
stop
but
it!
you can't stop them from being gaslit. It's like, I don't know how to react to this.
How did we get here?
Riku, the stage is
Oh my
dope,
gosh.
but how did we get
That's
here?
great. We're at the world that never was. Bruh. I don't know, though.
A 5? A 5? Do you think your weak little 5's gonna do anything to me, huh? It's so weird that he just shifts so fast.
I know.
Like, let me... Feels like it should be obvious, though, shouldn't it? I feel like that's kind of intentional. I know it's intentional. I just think that it might be better if they didn't do it like this, because it's just kind of jarring the way that the story goes. And you're like, I know that what they're doing is not happening. Like, but I don't know what to do about that. And I don't know what's gonna happen. It's scary. I'm afraid. How dare you attack me?
Aw, dang it.
That's too bad. A very weird kind of literary irony. Is it ironic that you know that what they think is happening isn't happening? Hold on.
Oh, he's not doing any slates, though, so I'm not really worried.
It's not slates, he has some zeros.
Oh, that's true.
Holy crap. Oh
Loser.
my gosh! He
Suck
didn't
it.
have any zeros at the time, or at least didn't use them.
Yep.
Oh, baby.
Get destroyed!
Ah, crap. There's a word that I want people to know. I learned it today.
Ameliorate?
Yes, ameliorate is to take something that is bad or unsatisfactory and make it better.
Yes, it's like heal.
And it's just like amelioration, like sounds cool. I'm gonna ameliorate your
Riku,
face.
Please wait.
Thanks, I guess. Don't know why you're saying it so aggressively.
Well, because I'm implying that it's bad. And
Oh,
I'm gonna make it better.
rude.
That could be a real sick burn, like a psychological warfare, being like, I'm gonna ameliorate your face by vomiting on it.
And then they'd be like, what does ameliorate mean? But at that point, it doesn't really matter,
That is
does
such a
it?
sick burn, though. You know, you got all those people who's like, is that your face? Did your neck throw up? My dog was as ugly as
Are
you.
you
I'd shave its
okay?
butt and teach you to walk backwards.
Don't worry
How
about
much more
me.
devastating is, I'm going to ameliorate your face
Riku.
by vomiting on it.
What
Or
happened?
something else akin to that. Just like, that is such a deep cut right
Sure
there.
is strange. Almost like Ansem
Because you're
Cat
just like,
controlling
ameliorate? What the
Riku
hell
again.
does that mean? And you're like,
But
make
we got
something
rid of
bad
Ansem for good.
better? Aww.
What is wrong with Riku?
Thanks.
Like, Square Enix attempted to ameliorate this game by making it fully 3D and adding voice acting. They should have done more. Like, don't get me wrong, I like this game.
You're
I think the
thinking
card
Riku
system
isn't
is
your
actually really
friend.
interesting.
But that's just not true.
But I think it could have
You sure?
been tweaked a little bit
Well,
to
I
be a
know
little
he
bit
said some
better.
awful things to
And
you
they
back
could have
there.
done more tutorials to
gotta remember,
really let you understand the
are in Castle
value of
Oblivion.
different things. Because
Why,
they don't
folks,
even
things are
explain what
memory
slates
here a
are,
little bit at a
right?
time.
It's just you start getting them and
Riku's
they teach
probably
you
just
how to
forgotten
put
that
cards
the two of
together,
you were such
but they don't
close
tell you,
friends.
oh, and if
That's
you have a
all.
slate of a specific
So
value,
he just
well,
forgot?
you'll get this special
My guess is that's
technique.
so.
And,
But
you know,
Sora,
teach you
instead of
what the
being sad,
usefulness
we have
of
to
zeros
figure out
are
a
in
way to
breaking
help
enemy
Riku get his
slates
memory back.
versus your slates getting broken,
we
and
all
when
work
is a good
together,
time to
why,
use
we're
that stuff.
sure
And,
to get you
you know, it's
through
just
this.
there's
No
there's
need
this
to moan.
idea in gaming
Jiminy's
that a lot of
right.
people
You shouldn't
complain
push your
about
friends
a
away.
combat system or a gameplay system, and then other people
Yeah.
who know more about it will be like, well,
Okay.
you just don't understand it and you're not using it right. And it's like, okay, fair, but the point of a good game is to teach me about it. If a game has this super deep, technique system, but never tells me about it,
That was the promise we made
then the
to
game
each
has done
other
a
the
bad
first time
job.
we met.
And if I don't use it
We
and I
promised
dislike
to
the game
never
because of it,
forget
it
to
is the
keep
game's
smiling.
fault, not my fault, because I was never taught how to use it properly.
You're right.
I mean, the whole game, like, it feels like a handheld game, right? It doesn't matter that I'm holding a controller and playing it on a console. It still plays like a handheld game.
Yes.
Just the core gameplay loop is super repetitive, and it's obviously made for car rides in the doctor's office, and to not necessarily be the thing you sit at home and play for hours at a time.
Which is kind of funny because it's so hard to get save points in this game.
True. Did he say do this one?
Neverland, 100 Acre Woods, then Hollow Bastards.
Sounds good.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
Don't
Save
stop.
what for the podcast? Our analysis of... We're reflections on gaming. It doesn't turn off.
The Twitch stream is just an extension of our podcast. Our podcast is just a little tighter.
I write a script for the podcast. There is no script for Twitch.
Yes.
So
Much loosey-goose. I don't go into the podcast and be like, yeah, let's talk
Skip
about
this.
discrete mathematics now. But
What
I
are you
do that on
oh,
Twitch.
I'm like, what are you talking about? You did that for this. Yeah, but then I was like, oh, right. You said podcast.
Yeah. But I will come into Twitch and talk about whatever. Yeah.
Not whatever,
Neverland.
but mostly whatever.
I'll talk about whatever.
I don't think you're going to talk about deeply personal things.
I'll talk about deeply personal things. What do you guys want to know? All right, Q&A time with Weston. What do you want to know about me?
Q&A, don't you mean AMA?
AMA, yes. AMA.
You're
Go
like
for
AMA?
it.
What's AMA? Oh, yeah.
I mean, one of these people is my literal brother-in-law, so... But I'm sure there's things you don't know about me.
Me?
No, you're my brother. You're my actual brother. Lunch Boy is my brother-in-law.
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of things I don't know about you either.
Oh, maybe. I feel like
Let's
I'm
talk about discrete mathematics now. I don't think you would discuss PP sizes. What's there to discuss? Big, large, or normal?
Have you never
I
measured?
mean, I'm sorry, small, large, or normal. I discuss penis size the same way condom companies do. There is no small. There's gigantic, big, and normal.
True.
Which I'm not even joking about. They do tend to have small sizes, but they almost always label them a size larger than it actually is, because there's such an emphasis, at least in the, well, honestly most everywhere, on male phallic size, that they want more people to buy their condoms. So by appealing to that feeling of size,
Well, okay,
they
so
label it as bigger.
two things. I would say there probably is no small. They say snug fit because that's a lot less direct. But the other thing is, it doesn't matter what condom size it says on the box or the website or whatever, because it's not regulated at all. You would have to look at your measurements to know, and trust me,
Well, of course.
it's kind of difficult to measure.
There's this great YouTube channel. I don't remember what they are, but they do these DIY things. And this one time, facetiously, they made this video on how to accurately measure the volume of your penis. And what he does is he's like,
Yeah,
okay, so what you
3/4
have
pi
to
r
do
cubed.
is you have to measure it by dunking it in 0°C temperature water and 100°C temperature water, and then averaging the volumetric difference between those things. And so he's like, okay, here I go. And the camera like falls over, and he's like, and then he goes to the next one, and he's like waddling, and he's like, I don't know what happened on that one. The pod fell over, but I'm not doing it again. Like, so here's the cold one. I put in enough salt, and I'm accounting for the buoyancy. Don't worry about it. It's 0°C, but it's not frozen.
Stop.
And the exact same thing happens. It's ridiculous. Okay, we get it. You proved me wrong. Hey, look, let me be clear that while we may have begun this discussion because we wanted to be funny. It is something that should be talked about more normally and generally, because when you turn it into a taboo, especially for younger kids, they don't feel like they can discuss it with people closest to them and people they trust the most, because, oh, you don't talk about people, you don't talk about that with people. But you have to, because you have to learn about it. So I want to destigmatize that kind of discussion, because it is not helpful as a stigmatized discussion. So we don't have to keep talking about it, but, like, you should not feel weird discussing these kinds of things in most settings, because it's not a big deal. You shouldn't get super graphic and detailed unless, people are okay with that. But outside of that, just talking about genitalia and sexual preferences and whatnot should not be a big deal.
I will say, just because I know the ages of people watching this, you need to know, this is important to know, size does not matter. Technique and listening does matter, okay?
Well, let's just say,
you need to figure out what the other person likes.
If you want to be
in
a healthy relationship, then sexual preferences take backseat to everything else.
No.
And if you're in a relationship...
that is very false. That is false.
What are you talking about?
No, that is bad advice.
Look, if you are judging a relationship based on sexuality in a prioritized manner, you're prioritizing the wrong thing.
No, again, that's false. Sex is a priority and needs to be a priority if you want to be in a functional relationship. It's gotta be. Sexual compatibility is a thing that is important. And if you're with somebody you're not sexually compatible with, your relationship is going to be bad.
Yes, but I'm not talking about that kind of compatibility. I'm talking about the physical act. You do not need to find out if you are compatible with the physical act to know if you're in a good relationship or not.
I mean, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that personally, but I recognize that is a popular belief, and I'm
dual
not going to
chugging
be...
action.
Oh,
Looks
man!
Like Lunchboy finally got his points.
Wait. I have to go fill up my water bottle. I drank the whole thing during the stream.
My water bottle's empty now because I chugged the last half of it. Something close to that. I'm gonna keep the gravy train rolling while he's doing that.
Okay. Ah! Ugh. Oh. Dying. Whew.
Okay, don't care about me. Go! You?
I'm going to fill my bottle for triple chugging action. Yeah, it will usually be at the exact same time. I usually don't drink my whole water bottle during the stream, but I was weirdly thirsty. Whew.
You're always thirsty. Just talking about being thirsty right now.
Whew. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I'm covered in water.
Alright, that should be enough.
It's disgusting. Okay.
No, all I'm saying is that if you are... You should prioritize being in a relationship where you can discuss things with your partner. And if you're at that level, where you can comfortably discuss just about anything and everything, then everything else should work out. You can decide that other things are deal breakers from there, but that should be your primary...
It definitely can't...
Everything else you can prioritize the way you want, but your number one priority needs to be communication. However that works out for you guys.
Yep.
Because
no, for sure.
if your communication is solid, everything else will flow from there. If there are other things that are deal breakers for you, like, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong because you can make decisions that you want, but sexual compatibility should not and cannot be the main prioritization. That's all I'm saying.
It cannot be the only priority, right? I think prioritization is...
I'd say it can't be the top priority.
I think
that's
it
the
needs
top
to
priority.
share priority.
It can be a high priority, but I don't think it can be the top. Especially because you can have perfect sexual compatibility, but then someone can get in an accident. Or something can happen. And if that's the only thing that was working for your relationship and everything else falls apart because of that, that's bad.
Yes. Yeah.
But if it's built on something else, then even if that's very high, your relationships can still survive.
No, I agree with that.
Based on the other things.
It cannot be the very most important thing because, yeah, growing old is also a thing, and I'm not saying that doesn't, like...
Kingdom, to be fair, dual chugging is supposed to be at the same time, but really the point is that we both chug.
Yeah, we both... I got all wet for you, okay? Jeez. What do you want from me?
Sounds really bad.
What are you talking about?
Never mind.
I can't think of...
We will now officially change the
I
subject.
can't think of a single thing. Oh, I'm at a...
I suppose, to be fair, I should caveat all of my advice with, I have never been in a relationship, so I'm basing it off of what my idealized thoughts are. Just my personal experiences talking with various people who have been in relationships and whatnot. I still think it is sound advice, but I do have to say that there's a big disclaimer. I've never had a girlfriend, so, you know, take my advice with a grain of salt if you like.
And I've only ever had one girlfriend, and I married her, so I also don't have varied experience, so I do have significant experience with lots of things.
What up, Mario King 30?
Hi, Mario King 30. Welcome. Hi, Victor. Specifically.
Hopefully our previous conversation isn't the thing that brought you to this channel. Because if it was, this is not normal discussion topics. As stated previously, shouldn't be a taboo subject.
Victor, I'm glad you're here. We are almost done. We're ending in about 10 minutes, but stick around because we're not done yet. But if you enjoy it, please follow us. We'd love that. That would be great. We stream every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, and Jordan streams solo at variable times a week. I think it'll become relatively regular. Yeah.
We're gonna find out what works out.
Yeah. So.
But don't worry, we're not gonna laugh at you. I personally am not a big fan of laughing at people. I like to laugh with people.
Can we help you in this game?
Laughing at misfortune of other people, not a big thing that I enjoy.
Wait, what do you need help with?
Yeah, it depends.
Prioritize high cards. High attack cards. Don't worry about slates. Increase CP and health, first of all.
If you really understand slates, you can totally go for those, but they are a very big double-edged sword. Like Buster Sword sized double-edged sword. You can't use very many of them.
Stuck in Hercules trying to beat that hard boss. Hades? Hades sucks.
Well,
he sucks in the original too.
Oh, that's right. We did lose to him this time. Did we lose to him this time?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. It's been a while. You can check out our VOD on our YouTube channel from 2 weeks ago
yeah.
When we fought him. And you can see it. But advice-wise, we don't like magic for the most part because it takes a long time and it's easy to break. We don't use slates, except for friend cards, because slates remove the front card from your deck, making your deck weaker and weaker the more slates you use. And especially against bosses, slates can be easily broken by a 0 card that the boss has. Lunchboy says, I think I got stuck at that point last time I played, but I was playing the original, and it was years ago. And I didn't really know how to play. Lunchboy, you keep making it less and less useful what you're about to say.
Every sentence.
Like, there's caveats, and then there's... I just wanted you to know that that the same thing happened to me. Anyway, yeah. If you can get high cards, it's better to have a couple of high cards than a lot of low cards, because all your low cards can just bounce off of enemy cards and become useless. Whereas high cards, even if you only have a couple, you can easily deflect enemy cards without issue. We almost never get broken cards because we only use 6 and up for our attack cards, and that's worked out very well for us. Try to get a Moogle room in every world if you can, and buy as many physical cards as possible, because that'll really help you get the higher value cards.
Pick up XP when it falls on the ground, otherwise you'll miss out on it.
Yes, you have to run over all of the stuff that gets dropped in and outside of battles, or it just disappears after a short amount of time.
It'll be a waste of time and
it's a
cards.
big bummer. So it's important to actually go and get that stuff. That'll get you cards, that'll get you Moogle points, that'll get you experience so that you level up faster. And the only other thing is keep trying and figure out what works best for you. If you're on normal and you're really struggling, try easy mode. There's no shame in going on lower difficulties. Games are about having fun and enjoying yourself, and if the difficulty you're on isn't conducive to that, then use a lower difficulty. If you're some, you know, person who's really good at games, or you really feel like you need a challenge, go up in difficulty, that's fine. But don't think that you're, you know, better than other people because you're on a higher difficulty.
Yeah.
And that's about it that I can give advice-wise for fighting Hades without seeing you actually work against him.
Oh, also look at some of the boss card abilities, because some of them can be worth it.
Yes, if you haven't used any of the boss card abilities are special cards that don't have numbers. They cannot be broken.
They're used
And
instantaneously.
they're part of a special deck where you press... well, I guess it depends on what console you're on for what button you'll press. If you're on the PlayStation 3 version, it'll be select. If you're on the Game Boy Advance version, it'll be select. If you're on the PlayStation 4 version, it will be the touchpad. You press it in, and it will bring up the boss cards. And then you can use them. They do not get refilled, so you can only use them once per battle. But all of their abilities last for a while and are pretty powerful. They're also very expensive, so you got to be careful. But if you can afford them, they can be really invaluable to your strategy. Favorite Kingdom Hearts world? Where
Nightmare
do you
Before
get
Christmas.
the Mickey Mouse card at? We make a cute gamer couple. That's nice, except we're brothers, so
yeah.
that's a no-no.
That's a hard no. We don't live it. Never mind. Just kidding.
Yeah, so on PlayStation 4, you'll press in the touchpad to use the boss cards. Don't worry about it. I don't care. And I don't think Weston does either. Stop. I don't care about the thought. I'm not a big fan of physical intimacy, okay?
Yes.
You can catch me outside with that. Favorite Kingdom Hearts world?
Mine is definitely Nightmare Before Christmas. Kingdom Hearts 2 version specifically, because you get to go to Christmas Town. I just love the movie.
great.
I love the aesthetic.
You also get to get 2 different costumes there, which
Yeah,
is dope.
it's all great. It's really, really solid.
I, too, am a big fan of the Nightmare Before Christmas world, but honestly, my favorite worlds are the unique worlds in each game. So, I love the Keyblade Graveyard in Birth by Sleep. I love the end of the world from...
I know.
These are all powered up.
Beefy.
I love Twilight Town. Like, Twilight, I've really loved ever since Twilight Princess. And so having it, like, an entire world of Twilight is very appealing to me. I love the world that
World
never was.
is really
Just
good.
such a cool art direction there.
The music is really great.
The music is great. The cool mechanics that you get there that aren't anywhere else. You didn't get that card.
I know. I'm
Okay.
going for it. Maybe. There you are.
There it is. Yeah, and that's about it. Well, does Kingdom Hearts 2
Hollow
have
Bastion.
2 episodes except for Steamboat Willie and Winnie the Pooh?
I mean,
and
Winnie
how
the
well do
Pooh-
you guys understand the Kingdom Hearts timeline?
Oh,
I
we've played all the game.
I like to think that I understand it pretty much perfectly. I have played every game, including,
Oh yeah, okay.
including,
Union Cross.
Kingdom Hearts Union Cross.
Yeah.
And I've watched videos analyzing the story there just to make sure that I understood everything. I am of the personal opinion that Kingdom Hearts is fairly straightforward in its story.
As long as you
if
play everything.
you have played every single game, and that's where the difficulty lies, because there's a lot of games,
a lot of
and
systems.
there's a lot of different systems that you had to own to play them all. Luckily, I had them all, so it worked out, but not everyone fell into that camp. Luckily, now you've got the whole collection, so you can pick up the story, but yeah, it's rough sometimes.
Woo, all right.
Yeah, Twilight Town is pretty good. I'm a fan of the non-Disney stuff. I, too, prefer the non-Disney stuff, but the Disney stuff, in a lot of cases, does add a lot of flair to the game that you couldn't get otherwise. That's hilarious.
All right, guys. We're going to call it here, but we're going to raid Solid Lemon. He's a good friend of ours. He's streaming right now.
Sweet.
Only has a couple viewers, so please stick around. He's really, really, really good. He's really funny. Super nice guy. So we're going to do that right now.
Yeah, we stream every time we stream. We stream for 2.5 hours right now because it's a part-time thing. But we hope to catch you guys next time. But if not, glad that you guys hung out, and hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Please, again, stick around for the raid because that really helps out other people. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Party of 5? Holy crap. Someone else just raided him with 121.
Wow, that makes me feel a lot worse.
Just right after us.